Hi guys, good morning. So today we're going to be reading out of our book, Inside Out and Back again. And we're going to be reading 7 more poems. So just like last time, at the end of this, I'm going to have a few questions for you to answer with sentences. That way I can make sure that you're understanding, but also that you can be practicing and thinking about the book. Alright, so since we have 7 poems, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with One Engine, and it's on page 87. So 87, One Engine. In the middle of the night, our ship stops. Mother hugs me, hearts drumming as one. If the communists catch us fleeing, it's a million times worse than staying at home. After many shouts and much time, the ship moves forward with just one engine. Mother would not release me. The commander says Thailand is much farther on one engine. It was risky to take the river route. We escaped the bombs, but we missed the rescue ships. The commander decides the ration is now half a clump of rice, only at morning and at night, and 1 cup of water all day. Sip, he says. Don't waste strength moving around, because it's impossible to predict how much longer we will be floating. So one of their engines is broken on the ship, and so they're having to keep going on just one, which means that they go slower, which means that their food won't last as long and they'll run out of water faster. So they get 1 clump of rice, so probably like a handful of rice 2 times a day, and they get 1 cup of water all day long. So think about how hard that would be. On 89, let's read The Moon. During the day, the deck belongs to men and children. At nightfall, women make their way up. In single files, they sponge bathe and relieve themselves behind blanket curtains. I always stand in line with Mother. Every night she points upwards. At least the moon remains unchanged. Your father could be looking at the same round moon. He may already understand that we will wait for him across the world. I feel guilty, having not once thought of Father. I can't wish for him to appear until I know where we'll be. It's page 91, A Kiss. The horn on our ship blows and blows, waking everyone from a week-long nap. A sure answer, honk honk, seems close enough and real enough to call everyone on deck. The gigantic ship with an American flag moves closer. Men in white uniform wave and smile. Our commander wears his navy jacket and hat, so crisp, so white, and so crisp. Now I realize why I like him so much. In uniform, he looks just like Father. He boards the other ship and salutes and shakes hands with a man whose hair grows on his face, not on his head, in the color of flames. So what she means by that is that the man is bald and does not have hair on the top of his head, but he has a beard. And his beard is like my hair color, probably. I had not known such hair was possible. We clap and clap as the ships draw together and kiss. So what she means by that is that the 2 boats come together and kind of do this. Boxes and boxes pass onto our deck. Oranges, apples, bananas, and cold, sweet, bubbly drinks. Chocolate drops, fruity gum. The American ship tows ours with a steel braid thick as my body. Our rescue now certain, the party blossoms as food suddenly comes up from below. Ramen noodles, beef jerky, dried shrimp, butter biscuits, tamarind pods, canned fish, and drums of real water. Mother says people share when they know that they have escaped hunger. Shouldn't people share because there is hunger? Last night I stand below hold on, I read the wrong line. That night I stand behind blowing blankets and pour fresh water all over my skin. How sweet water tastes when mixed with soap. So what's happening here is that an American ship has found them and has given them food and is going to take them somewhere where they'll be safe, because they know that their boat isn't working like it should and it'll be hard for them to get there. And she's amazed because she's never seen people with hair like some of the Americans. And she's also talking about how people weren't sharing their food before, but suddenly now that the Americans have given them food, a bunch of people bring out food and water and all kinds of things because they were hiding it and saving it just for them when they thought that maybe there wasn't enough food to go around. So on 94, let's read Golden Fuzz. Water, water, still everywhere, but in the distance appears a black dot. We are told to pack our crisscross packs and line up in a single file, 20 at a time, to board a motorboat heading toward the dot. An arm extends to help us board, an arm with hairy with fuzz. I touch it, so real and long, not knowing if I will have another chance to touch Golden Fuzz. I pluck one hair. Mother slaps my hand. Brother Quang speaks quickly in the language I must learn. The fuzzy man laughs. I'm grateful the boat starts to rock, so Mother hasn't the composure to scold me. Not just yet. I roll my fuzzy souvenir between my thumb and my finger and can't help but smile. So she's talking about how the man has hair on his arms. And the hair on his arms is probably white or blonde, kind of like it is on my arm. It's hard to see. And she's never seen someone who doesn't have black hair on their arm like she probably does. So next, let's read Tent City on 96. We have landed on an island called Guam, which no one can pronounce except Brother Quang, who becomes translator for all. Many others arrived before us and are living in green tents and sleeping on cots. We eat inside of a huge tent where Brother Vu becomes the head chef, heating up cans of beef and potatoes, tasting like salty vomit. We eat only canned fruit in thick syrup, and everyone wants extras, but we only get a cup. Brother Vu somehow brings home a huge can, pumping it to work out his arm muscles. So what that means is he's doing like this. We eat straight from the can as I search for cherries and grapes. On 98, Life in Waiting. A routine starts as soon as we settle into our tent. Camp workers teach us English mornings and afternoons. Evenings we have to ourselves. We watch movies outdoors with images projected onto a white sheet. Brother Quang translates into a microphone, his voice sad and slow. If it's a young cowboy like Clint Eastwood, everyone cheers. If it's an old cowboy like John Wayne, most of us boo and go swimming. The Disney cartoons lure out the girls, who always surround Brother Vu, begging him to break another piece of wood. I can still hear them begging when I go sit with Brother Ko, who rarely speaks anymore, but I'm happy just to be near him. Alright, and on page 100, I've looked up how to say this, but I don't think that I'm saying it right still, so I'm sorry. I do not speak Vietnamese, and it's very hard to pronounce sometimes. So, I'm sorry if you know how to say this one. Nuoc Mam. Someone should be kissed for having the heart to send crates of fish sauce to Guam. Everything is more edible with Nuoc Mam. Brother Vu sautés the beef and potato goo with onions and sprinkles on the magic sauce before serving the mess with rice. Lines extend to the beach. Someone catches a sea creature, puffy and watery like a cucumber. Brother Vu slices it into slippery strips and stews it with seaweed and the magic sauce. So many appetites wake up that Brother Vu just has time to cook rice and serve it with plain fish sauce. People begin to cook as long as they can get a cup of nukmam. Brother Ke hands out the same white cups as tea, both dark brown, so of course I drink a cup of the most salty, most bitter, most fishy tea ever. My head swirls and my breath stinks for days, but I do not mind. So what that's saying is that somebody thinks to send them sauce like they put on things. This would be like if you were in a new country and you didn't have any kind of Mexican food, there was nothing to eat that you were used to, it was all weird new food and you didn't like it, and someone sent you like salsa. Like somebody sent like a bottle of Valentino to you guys and was like, here, you can use this for your food. It would make you feel more at home because it's something that you have at home. Right? So today you're gonna have 2 questions and I want you to write maybe 2 or 3 sentences about each question. I'll post them for you in our Google Classroom and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a good day, guys.